What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. The day of the patch, guys. And of course, is the day when we find out the 10x scam for this weekend. We're gonna check that in a second. Now, if we're going all the way here to news, we're gonna be able to read the entire new update. We're getting the new ores. I'm pretty excited about the Chaos ores, the way they're gonna work and stuff. We're gonna see how good they're actually going to be and how hard it will be to get them, okay? Now, I might make a video later on the whole patch if some new information comes out to light. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I partner up with Soundstripe, which is a royalty-free music library. So if you're a content creator or a music enthusiast, feel free to check them out. I will be leaving their link in the description down below and in the pinned comments. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code Skratch. Now, let's have a quick look at the champions that we have on the 10x during this weekend. And no, Plarium, I do not want those offers. Get out of here with them. It's annoying every time they keep on popping them back on the screen for you guys. I don't know why. But Void Legendary Champion. So if we're going all the way to the Lizard Man, is no one else but Chagur. This is kind of like the Poison Dream, you know? Awesome champions on the 10x. Too bad the chances to actually pull any of these legendaries are like minimal, you know? So, Chagur, he's actually the champion that empowers Ramantu, okay? He's a pretty badass looking champion. He has some nice things up his sleeve. We have poisons, defense down here, AoE, which makes him pretty interesting. Right here attacks one enemy, then attacks one time at random. If the target is under a poison debuff, will ignore shield or block damage. He deals pretty decent damage. I already made a guide on this champion a couple of weeks ago when he got released. His passive will hit the target or counterattack a target whenever they get damage from the poisons that he placed. And then with the A1 he lands asleep. He has a 75% chance to sleep the enemy. Pretty interesting. He can solo Dragon 25 if I'm not mistaken. I remember somebody told me that someone did a build on him that soloed Dragon 25. Now, soloing content is pretty decent if you want to level up food while you're doing it to save time. If you're just farming gear and that's kind of like your main thing, you shouldn't stress too much about it. His base stats are not amazing, but he's the only Void Legendary that we have in here. Moving over to the next champion we have on the 10x. No one else but Calvalx. Is actually designed by a member of the community, a player. Awesome design on the champion. Very awesome champion. The only thing that I don't like about him is this skill right here deals rubbish damage. So I'm not sure if it's a bug, if Plarium intended to make this enemy max HP hit a big fart, or what exactly it is, but he doesn't do much damage. He would actually be awesome as the spirit version of enemy max HP hitters AoE for the Hydra, so I would love to have him fixed. His passive very unique, places 4-5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns at the start of each round. Boomer has some crazy teams with Calvalxes. He has like 2 or 3 of them, I'm not even sure. I haven't managed to pull one, unfortunately, but he definitely puts in some work for poison detonation teams. Awesome stuff. Speed aura for all battles. On the A1, increases the duration of poisons on the target and heals the champion. His HP is not too crazy. You don't really need to build him in any specific way for dungeons if you're running poison detonation. Basically, barely give him any gear at all, you know, just let him die. No books, because it's all about his passive. So he's definitely a very interesting champion. I would love to see that fixed. The next one that we have on the list, guys, is no one else but Xavier. I won't be spending much time on her. She was kind of like my biggest carry in the game as a legendary early on. She was my 3rd legendary. First was War Mother and Norog. I never used them, but tons of poisons. Poison detonation with this skill blocks revive. She can be an awesome nuker. She destroys bosses that don't have a passive that kind of counters her skill. And this is only working when Bellinor is on the same team. Aura for all battles increases attack. Giant Slayer on the A1. Pretty decent base stats. I wish she would have a bit of more defense, but very unique as a champion. Super, super powerful. The next one we have on the list, Reached of the Bolt. Is he even in this faction? Yes, he is. Attacks all enemies, decreases the enemy max HP, then attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit places a poison for 2 turns and attacks one enemy. Critical damage increases by 20 for each poison debuff. Stacks up to 100. Now, I never played this champion at all. I'm clueless of how good he is. If he hits hard, if he does anything that benefits your team except the stun set and just go in with the A1 for faction wars. But let me know in the comments down below. Moving over to epic champions. This is the very first time when we actually get the 10x on Eurogrim. I know a lot of people were spreading rumors before when they nerfed Eurogrim that we had the 10x on him, but we never had the 10x till today, guys. Still a decent champion, not as powerful as he used to be, but attacks one enemy 2 times. 45% chance to land a poison. That's so odd, 45%. Then removes all debuffs from all allies, then heals them by 40% of their max HP on a 3-turn cooldown. Pretty good as a cleanser for clan boss. And places poisons and continuous heal on the allies, poisons on the enemies, of course, on a 4-turn cooldown. And a very good speed aura for all battles. Still a very good champion. Not crazy as he used to be, but he's decent enough to be worthy of the title Void Epic. The next one we have on the list, moving over to the Lizards again, is no one else but Venomage. She is such a powerful champion. Tons of awesome stuff comes from her, guys. Right here, heal reduction, poison. We have damage reduction from enemies that are under heal reduction. Accuracy aura for all battles, defense down, decrease attack if the target are under poison debuffs, and here we detonate poisons. Pretty interesting, very good base stats. And moving over to the next champion, which is, I can't even remember his faction, Skinwalkers. Steel Skull, pretty good champion. He really got power creep though. Small chance of landing poisons on the A1, cleans on a single target. You gotta make sure you are setting the AI for this to work. Defense up and heal on the A3 on a 4-turn cooldown, and a defense aura for faction creeps only. Very good speed, and the rest of the stats are decent. I wish he would have a bit of more defense as well. Moving over to the last champion that we have for this 10x, guys, is no one else but Anax. Very powerful champion, good for unkillable teams, generally good for clan boss, and even good for the Bommel boss if you need a decreased accuracy. On the A1 we have defense down, on the A2 we have decreased accuracy and a poison for 3 turns. And right here we have a chance to land a weaken. The passive is a bit different. For unkillable teams it might be a bit more complicated to set him up, but it's doable. It's possible to make him work in pretty much any team out there. You've seen what he has in the passive. Decent base stats. I wish his speed would be a bit higher. Definitely some good epics on the 10x. Good legendaries, except that Reached of the Bolt, which I'm not sure if he's doing anything much. Let me know in the comments down below. But guys, that was all for this video. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.